Today, Jesus is inviting us by telling two commandments. He says, "Let not your hearts be troubled," means do not be afraid or don't fear. And it says, "Believe in God and believe also in me." This is a very consoling and encouraging commands of God for each one of us today. Are you afraid? Are you afraid of your life? Or do you have any fear in your life? Do you afraid of anything? Sure, sometimes maybe without reason we are afraid, we are fear. There is no reason and we are scared. No? Fear can come from many different ways. Fear can come with different sources. Some fear is helpful to us, such as the fear present in the dangerous situation. When we are in dangerous situation, fear is helpful because I have to avoid that situation. In this case, that fear can increase our awareness of the danger so that we can proceed with warning. No? We can go being aware of that danger, we avoid the danger and we go our way. Because we know there is something wrong, a dangerous thing is happening in your life. So you want to avoid that situation. But the fear that Jesus was speaking of here was a different kind of fear. He is saying, "Let not your hearts be troubled. Do not be afraid." It was a fear that could lead to an irrational decision. A decision which you make or we make, something doesn't make sense in our life. We take something a different way of life. We live a life that doesn't make a meaning. Irrational decision. It is a confusion and even a despair. We are sad about what the decision we make, the things we choose to live our life. Many times we don't choose what is right in our life, we choose what is not right in our life. We don't choose according to what Jesus wants us to choose, but we choose what we want to choose. Jesus wants this way, but I just want to reject what Jesus wants in my life. And I just choose what I want, what satisfies myself, what gives me pleasure more than what Jesus. Because the way of Jesus is difficult. It is difficult, it is painful. Better I reject them. So I choose my way of living. But anyway, my way of living has a consequence. I have to struggle, I have to go through confusion, and I have to face difficulties in my life. So this was the kind of fear that our Lord wanted to get rid of. He wanted to heal us. He wanted to bring us back to Him. We fear or afraid when we sin. We are afraid and fear when we sin, when we break our relationship with God. Anyway, when we sin, we want to go for confession. No, if you are aware of that, if you feel that it is wrong, is something wrong, of course, you are not feeling easy in your heart, in your mind. Something is happening in your life and you want to go for confession. And something is moving in you. You are afraid, you are fear. So when you commit sin, it creates a fear and nervousness and despair in our life. So what is that causes you to fear at times? A question for you. What causes you to fear in your life now? Many people struggle with so many things. No, maybe we, all of us here, sitting here, we too maybe struggle with many anxiety maybe. So many preoccupation. We are thinking about what will happen in the future, how to do, what to do. So many things are going on in our mind. We are in depressed maybe in some way, depression or worry and fear for many different reasons. There are many different reasons you are afraid of, you are fear of. If this is something you are struggling with, then it is important time now. It is important to allow Jesus' words to speak within your mind and within your heart. Let Jesus' words resonate. His words may sound in your heart, in your mind. The best way to overcome fear is to say, Jesus, I trust in you. I believe in you. And we cannot do anything apart from that. We need to trust sometimes every time. We need to believe in Him because nothing is in our hand. I cannot change the future. I cannot change the present. So I cannot change the past, what happens. Even I recall my mind. So the better what I can do is, I can trust in Jesus, I will believe in Him, and I pray. You can hear Jesus say to you in your heart, as He says today in the Gospel, do not let your hearts be troubled. Then listen to His command. You have faith in God. Have faith also in me. Faith in God is the cure of fear. If you are afraid, if you are fear, you are anxiety, you are in depression, then have faith in God. Jesus says today in the Gospel, have faith in God. Faith is the remedy, a medicine for the fear. It will cure you. When we have faith, we are under the control of the voice of God. We are under control. Nothing can disturb us. Nothing can lead us away. It is God's truth that directs us rather than the difficulty we are facing. The difficulties doesn't make any sense, but God lead us at the time. So fear can lead us, as we said, it can lead us to irrational thinking. So many things. If you are fear, if you are afraid, then so many things and thoughts, unnecessary things you are thinking, irrational thing. And irrational thinking can lead us deeper and deeper into confusion in your life. So faith, what does faith pierces through? It breaks through the irrational, the negative thinkings, the way of sinful life we are living. It breaks through, it cuts apart, and it brings us to where we are tempted with, brings the truth, the faith present to us, bring clarity and strength to us. So when we are in fear, when you're afraid, do not let your heart be troubled. As Jesus says, you can hear in your heart, in your mind, Jesus saying to you, have faith in me and believe in me. So my dear brothers and sisters, today as we, in this 5th week of Easter, Jesus says to you, to each one of us, let not your hearts be troubled. Believe in God, believe also in me. And also He says, I am the way. I am the way and the truth and the life. We have no other way. We have no any other persons, no any other God except Jesus. Only through Him we will able to arrive to heaven. If you choose other things in your life, surely we will be in depression, we will be in confusion, we will be in destruction. But if you make a correct decision in your life to choose what is good, the way, the Jesus, and the truth, Jesus, and the life is Jesus.